Hey, what's going on? Jake here with Uncommon EDC, taking a look at the Chums Bandit Bifold wallet, a fairly minimal wallet that you can purchase for under $20. So on Amazon right now, depending on which color combination you go with, these range from $16 to $19. So very affordable, a lot of great color combos. This is the olive and tan, but plenty of others available, including some with patterns. So there's a little bit of something for everyone. If you're thinking about picking this one up, I'll leave a link to it down in the description of the video. Now, I say fairly minimalist. Most Chums wallets are, and this one's definitely pretty minimal as well, but not the most minimal in their lineup. They have a card holder one that probably would be the most minimal. That's less than half the price of this one. So if you don't need all the features, that may be a great option as well. But when I talk about minimalist with this one, it's pretty feature rich, but I'm mainly referring to the size. This is a small wallet, about 4¼ inches wide, 2½ inches tall, and then even fully loaded, we're looking at maybe ½ an inch thick, and so pretty minimal footprint, great front pocket wallet, and also very affordable, but it still has most of the features you're gonna find in a full-size wallet. The things that you might be missing out from maybe converting over from a full-size wallet, maybe a change or coin pocket. This doesn't have one. Most of my wallets don't though, so I'm not really missing that. The other thing though is just card capacity. I'm pretty minimal when it comes to carrying cards, where I usually carry 3 to 4 cards max, and that includes my ID. This one I have 5 cards in there right now. You can easily slip 2 more or so comfortably. After that, it does start getting pretty snug. It will fit more, but they're harder and harder to get out. And so if you're carrying more than that 7 cards or so, you may want to go with a different option as well. But in terms of features, this does have, on the exterior, we have our ID window, and so great for your driver's license, school ID, work ID. This is a window so you can see through without removing it. So if you have to check into work showing your ID, maybe good to put that one up front, or if you just use your driver's license a lot, put that one up front. But it does have the slot for sliding it out if you choose to, or if you need to pull that out, which makes it easy. I went ahead and stuffed the one that came with it back in there. This is their company mascot, and so kind of a funny ID, saved me from having to pull out my McLovin ID that I usually use in these videos. But great visible window. Now, of course, you can put a credit card in there. And if your main motivation for doing that is just to get the credit card on the exterior because you use it more often, you probably don't need to do that. So this is closed with a magnetic closure, and you can flip this entire thing around, and it magnetically closes to this side as well. And so you can have your cards on the exterior of your wallet. Now, the main reason I don't go that route is because this is RFID blocking as well. And I feel like having your cards on the outside probably mitigates some of that RFID blocking and makes it a little bit less effective. I don't know that that's true. I haven't tested it, but it just feels much more secure when the cards are entirely enclosed in the wallet to me. So that's a route that I prefer. But flipping over to the other side, we do have our elastic cash strap, and I have about 5 $1 bills tri-folded in there. You can definitely fit more, but it is elastic. So anytime you have these elastic straps, something to keep in mind is that if you tri-fold 20 bills, that gets pretty thick. Once you stuff it in there, it's inevitably gonna stretch. It may not be the first time you do it or even the second time you do it, but eventually it will stretch, and when you try and carry 1 or 2 bills, they might just slide out of there. And so definitely something to keep in mind. If I typically don't carry any cash at all, I just stuff this in here for the video, but if I am going to carry cash, I typically do elect to just go with a bigger wallet, so I don't have to worry about that stretching out over time or anything like that. Now, elastic on the end here that allows it to fold a little bit nicer rather than that hard material. The material itself does have some sort of like cardstock in there, whether it's like a plastic or cardboard card, that keeps the rigidity, so it allows it to keep its shape, so that doesn't really bend at all. Not 100% sure what that material is. I don't think they really advertise it. It seems like some sort of nylon to me though. But again, closed with this magnetic closure, and on the interior, these are identical minus the logo. So we have a logo on the right side. You may have noticed that same logo on the cash strap. So no matter whether you carry this side on the outside or this side, you're gonna have that logo exposed, which I don't mind too much. They kept it pretty minimal. It's a pretty clean looking logo, and obviously color matched to the rest of the wallet. So that just works fine for me. Now, each of these sides has 2 card slots, and I only went and put 1 card into each slot. Oops, slipped out of there a little bit. 1 card into each slot, and so that's pretty minimal. Now, you can put about 2 cards in each slot. I wouldn't put 4 cards on each side though. So if you put 2 in the back, maybe 1 in the front, allows you to have pretty easy access where it's pretty easy to slot your finger in there, pull those right out. I found that once you get up to about 4 cards, it starts getting pretty tight. And I think anything further than that, you're gonna start stretching out this material and maybe not even be able to carry less cards because it ends up getting stretched. But durability of this material is pretty good. You may see some snail trailing type marks. I don't know if that's even picking up on camera. Some snail trailing type marks on there. Nothing that's gonna affect the durability, but they do mark up a little bit. Now, I've only had this one for a few weeks, so can't talk about long-term durability, but I do have a Chums wallet with the same material. I think it's their Surf Short wallet, same material that I've had for over a decade, and same thing with that one. It has these kind of snail trail looking marks, but no issues with the durability. Haven't had a single seam come up with me, haven't had any ripping or tearing or anything like that. And so I'm not too worried at all about the durability of this material. It's held up very well for me, and the feeling of the material is identical to the one that I got probably about 10 years or so ago. And so not super concerned about that whatsoever. Now, as I mentioned, somewhat minimal in terms of fitting a ton of cards. In fact, that Surf Short wallet may be a better option if you're someone who carries more than 5 or 6 cards. You maybe want to go with something a little bit bigger. But if you just want a few cards, have the option of that ID window, RFID blocking cash strap, I think this is an incredible value at $19. Now, one thing I did want to point out, and this isn't a super flaw or anything, but did want to point it out, is that a lot of the Chums advertising says that they're made in the USA. They're owned and operated out of Utah. They have 3 factories in the USA making their products, but it's not 100% of their products, and this is one that isn't made in the USA. Now, to be fair to them, they do advertise that, and it's easy to miss though if you're not reading through clearly. You see that the brand is about made in USA. At the bottom of the listing, it does say country of origin is Cambodia, and even on the packaging when you get it, made in Cambodia. So they make it pretty clear. It's not like they're trying to hide it, so to speak. But if you're someone who buys strictly USA made, you can cross this one off the list. Now, for me, that's not something that bothers me too much. You're still supporting an American company, and for what you're getting, you pay an incredible price. The craftsmanship is great on these. Like I said, I have old ones that have held up very well for me, so I have no issues with that, but did want to point it out for those that do. Would love to hear your thoughts on this wallet down in the comments below though. As usual, if you enjoyed the video, consider liking, commenting, subscribing, joining the channel as a member. All help the channel out a ton. And again, I'll make sure to link to this in the description of the video if you're thinking about picking this one up. But thanks so much for watching, and hope you have a great one. Take care.